a lot of policemen, we don't choose to go into emergency management. Our fate, our life experiences as police officers puts us there. In my case, I was working at South Patrol Division right after the Columbine shootings, and like most people, we looked at that and said, what would we have done to make sure that worked better? And we sat down and designed a software application that is now called APRS, called APRS, that officers have at the touch of their fingers. They tap a button and it pops up where they need to deploy people, how many people are needed, and it was the essence of emergency planning. And that job put me into the Office of Emergency Management, where I was working cooperatively with them, and then started seeing what they were doing on a bigger scale. In my case, and in the case of a lot of the, I don't even want to call senior people, a lot of the people in emergency management now, we're there because our jobs put us there, because we happen to be the guy that got the call, or we happen to be the guy on duty when some major. And I hate to, this sounds self-serving, but we stepped up to the plate and performed, and we're then tapped to do that. It's going to be interesting now as some of you guys are coming out of college with the credentials and the experience that in a lot of ways I lack some of that. I wish I had some more of the book knowledge. Adrian, who you dealt with yesterday, is a wealth of knowledge. Adrian's actually got a lot of experience too. He's gotten from the military, but a lot of us who are in emergency management now are learning the book knowledge as we go along. We call on our response, on our experiences, because we've managed to stand up under fire or stand up in the circumstance we've put us in.
What we're doing tonight is we're taking a tour of Kansas City and looking at some of the disasters that have occurred over the past several decades, and also visiting the Kansas City Emergency Operations Center.
Well, welcome to Kansas City. So, my name is Adrian Walker. I'm the Emergency Planning Coordinator for the office here. Currently, we only have 3 staff members, including myself. So it's a lot of work, put it that way. Steve Bean, he's the acting manager. He told me to extend a welcome to everybody here. I hope to see you guys all Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at the conference. So we have Steve, myself, and then Jennifer Fales. She's our training exercise coordinator. So pretty much between the 3 of us, it's a lot of work. We have a on-duty rotation we do, and right now it's my turn. So I got the draw tonight. But anyway, this is our facility, our EOC. As you see, we have a 40-foot projection wall. Our facility came online in, I believe it was March of 2004, so it's somewhat new. With that said, though, it was developed with pre-9/11 concepts, if you will, especially from a security standpoint. If you notice, we have windows here on the side facility. The next facility that we build, we hope to be more secure. But we're still a pretty good area. Whenever we have to activate, if we need to, we have a plan in place where we can close down the surrounding streets for security reasons. So we do this thing. Our EOC was designed, well, this was before my time, they went with the pod system. And with the pod system, especially before NIMS ICS was mandated for everyone, it pretty much was designed by function. And so we have the police function over there in that corner. In the middle front, that's the fire function. And the left over here, we have the infrastructure. That would be our public works, water services, parks and rec for the city. In here, and the police department come in and do security checks, especially when we have big events downtown. They can put all the cameras up on the wall and view them all and monitor them and coordinate their actions from here. So it's been very helpful to them. In terms of what I do a lot of the planning for the office, working on the different departmental plans, a lot of continuity of operations planning for the city, for all the departments. We do a lot of writing SOPs in here, how a department should respond to an emergency, whether it's an ice storm, tornado, rain, flooding, terrorism. We do a lot of that. That's my function, planning. Jennifer's function, training. We do a lot of training for NIMS ICS. We do internally our own training on NIMS ICS. We have, depending on the budget year, we have between 5,000 and 7,000 city employees. So it's a lot of training that we've identified. If anyone has an emergency responsibility, from our snowplow driver to all the way up to the city manager. And On the Dave St. Patrick's Day, we activated to a level 1. Level 1 is usually, our department's just a monitoring situation with maybe one other department, and that's usually the police department. The police department, they came in, we were here to assist them, but we had all the screens up when we were able to put all the cameras up, so forth. And it's more of, it's just a, that day is usually a security function and providing, overlooking the crowd. I'm going on my 7th year with the Air Force. While I was in college, I deployed down to Homestead Air Force Base, thinking for my 2-week tour of duty, thinking it would be go to work and then go to the beach type deal, and it turned into go to work and coordinate an evacuation from the base due to a hurricane. And based on that, and I was also I got my degree in political science. I found a kind of a crossover there with emergency management, and so when I got back from Florida, ended up interning here, and really liked what they were doing here, so forth, and it made a lot of sense. So that's pretty much how I got into it. So okay, so can anyone tell me the disaster cycle?
Were you talking about the
response to the conference?
Yeah.
And prevention.
And what?
Isn't prevention a new?
Mitigation?
Yeah, you can throw that in there. Yeah, I only got a few hats.
Try to keep it with the new face.
Yeah. Let's see really quick. Did you guys do a tour today? Did you get a tour?
We only did the West Bottoms before we got here, so.
Okay. So what year was the flood in the West Bottoms?
1951.
I should have said I need hands. I heard it back there. If you'll come up and get it, that's great. Okay, does anybody know how much? I need a hand. You gotta raise your hand, okay? You gotta so, who, let me think here real quick. Anybody know the year of the Ruskin Heights tornado in Kansas City?
Year what?
1960.
Nope. I know. I'm probably the only one here that knows. 57. She can't. That's all. Here. You have to come up with enough.
Low probability. That's true.
I can see it.
See what you want, Ryan.
That's fine.
The room we just walked through is the Joint Information Center that we can activate.
Just to let you guys. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah, we have the city has a good communications department. We can bring them down, and we work with Mel. They can be activated to be our PIOs for the city. We're still trying to get this regional coordination issue under, where we hope to create a regional JIC one of these days, a joint information system. So that way the data.
Come
on, folks, take it easy.
Crowd in.
You guys want to fill in here?
I might not be able to get back.
There's some outside.
Adam.
You're filling in.
Which one?
Adam number 3.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
EOC.
One more.
One more. 1, 2, 3.
You're all gonna die.
Watch the other camera, make sure it's not in the way.
Yeah. 1.